but I'm happy with them. Optimal into epic into. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a mid-season seed haul. I have this big box from Botanical Interests. They are currently running a 50% off seed sale, and it was a great time to go ahead and buy up some seeds, maybe some things I want to try to grow for next year or some things I want to grow for over the winter. I want to do some fall winter gardening this year. So let me walk you through what I got. So from Botanical Interest, I got all these guys. And then there is a group on Instagram called Garden Co. I think it's called Garden Co. And they were running a deal where you pay $1 shipping and they send you seeds. So I have some seeds from Garden Co. as well that we're going to talk about. Hey, David. So let's get started. Let's start with Garden Co. because they're very straightforward. But these are like your traditional seeds when you think of gardening. So we have a green bean, bush bean. This is the Provider variety. It says it is a warm season plant. Oh, Gardenary. Gardenary is where these seeds are from. And they're from Brentwood. Wow. Oh, it's only 20, 30 minutes from me. But it says these are a warm season plant and they are 50 days to maturity. Next, we have our radishes. I love homegrown radishes. They're so much more flavorful when you grow them at home than if you buy them at the store. At the store, they tend to get like watery. But if you grow them at home in your garden, they tend to have more of like a peppery, spicy flavor. And I really love that in the morning with eggs. And radishes are really healthy for you, like they're really good for you. So when I have a bunch on hand, I will cut up a few and add them to whatever meal I'm eating, just like a few pieces of sliced radish. This year I'm hoping that my radishes do well enough to do some pickled radishes. I'm kind of waiting on them. I have them in the garden. But this is a radish. This says it is a cool weather plant and it is 28 to 30 days to harvest. The next two we're going to talk about here. This is a lettuce mix. It looks like it has some Marlowe. It looks like it has some butter lettuce. Again, this is a cool weather plant. It is 45 days to harvest. And then we have some zucchini. This is small fruit. This is a warm weather plant, and it is 45 to 65 days to harvest. We have some sugar peas, which I love sugar peas. These are a cool weather plant, and they are 70 days to harvest. Then we have arugula, which is another cool weather. It's 45 days to harvest. And then we have, okay, I'm going to go through these quickly so you can get to epic gardening, or so we can get to Botanical Interest. We have some zinnia seeds. These are season hot, and they are 60 to 70 days to harvest. We have some carrots. This is the Roots carrot. I haven't grown this variety before. It's a cool weather and it's 65 days to harvest. Cucumbers are warm weather and they are 70 days. This is the small fruit variety. And then our final one from Gardenary is spinach. And this is a cool weather and it is 45 days to harvest. So all of these seeds, these are 10 different seeds that I got for $1 from Gardenary because they were running a sale. And so that's a pretty good, I couldn't pass that up. I didn't know what the seeds were going to be, but I'm happy with them. These are your very traditional garden seeds. Yeah, that was a great deal for $1. What is it? He's saving back here. Okay, so again, they were running 50% off on their seeds, on certain seeds. So I have a lot from Botanical Interests. Just to kind of play with their seeds, I have 2 packages here of wheatgrass. I got these because I want to start making wheatgrass smoothies and like wheatgrass shots. And so the packet has, does it tell me how many? it doesn't tell me how many seeds are in this. It doesn't tell me how many seeds are in this, but I got 2 big packages to really enjoy some wheatgrass this summer. It says sow indoors any time of year. It says to soak in water 12 to 24 hours for optimal seed germination. And it says it is 10 to 15 days to maturity. So you guys may be joining me with sowing some wheatgrass in the next few days. So that's our big guy. Let me go and save it out. I'll be right back. Okay. I didn't put these in any kind of order. Some are duplicates, some are single. So let's go through what we bought from Botanical Interests. We're going to start here with tomatoes because that's what's on top. We have this Sweetie Cherry Tomato. It's a pole tomato. It looks really cool. It says these are 65 days to maturity and to start them 4 to 6 weeks before transplanting, which, I mean, that's pretty normal. Then I got this red and yellow pear blend. Again, another cherry tomato variety. This is 75 days to maturity. And this says, this heirloom blend brings you both red and yellow firm fruit that can be eaten like grapes all summer long, sweet and mild, low acidity. So something about me, and something my family loves to tell, is that when I was a little girl, I would pick tomatoes off the vines and eat them like apples. And it's something I still do. Like if my garden's producing a lot, I will walk out and pick a tomato and just eat it. So it's really fun that this says to be eaten like grapes because my family always says I eat them like tomatoes or like apples, not grapes. But these are little cherry tomatoes, so I guess that's the difference. My next tomato is a Bush Roma, and this is a Supremo. It is 68 days to maturity, and this is what you would use for sauce making. So if you're going to be canning marinara sauce, tomato sauce, pizza sauce, any of that stuff, you want the San Marzano, or these are Ramonos. You want the Supremos or the San Marzanos. And then the last thing in the tomato family I think I have in my book here is a purple tomatillo. These are 70 days to maturity. And it says, not only delicious, but attractive too. The purple fruits are much sweeter than the green types and richer and beneficial antioxidants. So I tried to grow tomatillos this year and they didn't germinate at all for me. So I'm hoping maybe this variety of tomatillo will germinate for me. The next thing I have is a winter spaghetti squash. It is 90 to 100 days to maturity. And this is something I may put out in my garden like soon. My growing season is long enough, but I'm going to have to double check it. I may put these out. What's my next? Oh, so my next is 2 packages, and these are the Cinderella pumpkins. They are 110 days to maturity, so these would definitely need to be already in the garden. It says popular in Paris in the 1880s and introduced to the U.S. in 1883. So these are a beautiful heirloom seed. It says they can weigh 15 to 20 pounds. These are huge. And I love pumpkins. I love having pumpkins for pumpkin pie. I love having pumpkins to decorate the house, to paint with the little ones, my nieces and nephews. So I'm good with that. Then, of course, if you order from Botanical Interest, they always send you a thank you seed. This is lettuce. Okay, so now are we getting into some of the more interesting things? Oh, okay. I forgot a tomato I've got. This is the pineapple tomato. They are 90 days to maturity. I've never grown this variety. It says you'll be impressed with this high-yielding variety. These luscious tomatoes ripen to yellow-orange accented with hints of red that go through the solid, meaty interior of the fruit. So it's a beefsteak. This is a beefsteak, and it's kind of like, it sounds like it's kind of like a brandy wine, color-wise, striping-wise. Okay. Then I got some Pasilla Bajitos. It's a chili pepper. I've never grown this before. I grabbed it again because of the price. It is 80 days to maturity. It says persilla means little raisin in Spanish, referring to the dark brown, wrinkled, dried form of the chilaca pepper. I know that I butchered that, but just so you know, I tried my hardest. Then we have some Clemson spineless okra. Now, okra is one of these things that I love. I love pickled okra. I love fired okra. I love fried okra. I'm not a big fan of okra in like soups and stir fries, but grilled okra is amazing. So this is Clemson spineless. It matures in 55 days, and it was developed at Clemson University and improved in 1980 for an earlier, more productive harvest. That's pretty cool. Clemson University is not that far from where I live here in Tennessee. Okay, I'm going to grab this next bunch of seeds. Okay. Next, I have red cord chantenay carrots. These are 65 to 70 days maturity, so your carrots can be up to 6 inches long, and it says this is an excellent variety for juicing, canning, and freezing. I have some flowers here. I think I want to do my flowers last. So let me go through here really quickly. I separated my last little batch of seeds here. To start off with, I have, these are called Progress Number 9 shelling peas. They are 58 days to maturity. And it says, remember when you were a kid how fun it was to unzip a pod and eat the peas, relive the memories, and enjoy the wonderful taste. I love peas. Sugar peas is one of my favorite snacks that my mom would give us when we were younger, and I would always eat them with a little bit of ranch. Fun fact. My next thing is Waltham broccoli. I love broccoli. I've had no success trying to grow broccoli here, but I keep trying every year. So one day I'm going to grow great broccoli. This is 75 days to maturity, and it says broccoli has a long culinary history going back to the Romans. The florets, leaves, and stems are packed with vitamin C, calcium, potassium, and iron. Now, I love broccoli. Broccoli is legitimately one of my favorite foods when it's done correctly. There's nothing like steamed broccoli with a little bit of ranch, a little bit of homemade ranch. It's just so hard to beat. I love steamed broccoli. I have bok choy. This bok choy is 30 to 35 days maturity. It is also called pak choy. This leafy green has been cultivated in Asia for centuries. So this packet says up to 11 feet of bok choy. That's pretty impressive. My next seed is rocket arugula. I just like having greens in the fall and summer. Not fall and summer, but in the fall and winter before it starts snowing. This is 32 to 55 days maturity. Just because Astro has wider leaves and is slower to bolt than other arugulas, you will be enjoying more leaf per harvest and a longer harvest period. I like arugula because it's kind of spicy, and I like adding that in a salad. It says to sow in early spring or late summer. Ooh, so this next seed packet is actually a flower, but it's actually an herb. And I've never grown this before, and I'm hoping it'll be interesting. Like, I'm hoping to grow this next season. It is the black swan poppy. It doesn't tell me how many days to maturity, but it says it's deer resistant. I lied. This might actually be a flower and not poppy seeds. I'm going to have to do some research. I was thinking it was the poppy that you get poppy seeds from, but I'll have to look that up. And the last herb that I don't have many herbs this time. Next time I'm going to be buying a lot more, is rosemary. This is just, it's a perennial. I wonder if it's a perennial in my zone. I need to check that out. It is 15 to 30 days to emerge, and it says, fall in love with the wonderful aroma of this versatile herb. I love having a culinary herb garden, but I also love having a medicinal herb garden, and rosemary can go in both. So again, that's my rosemary. And our final section of our seeds from botanical interest for our mid-season seed haul are the flowers. So we're going to go through these pretty quickly. This is a zinnia. This is the envy zinnia. These don't tell you how long to maturity, and that's okay. So I got the envy zinnia. I got 2 things of status. I just think it's beautiful and it will look so good in bouquets. This is the cotton candy blend of status. I got dahlias. I've never grown dahlias. I don't even know if I really like dahlias, but I thought that'd be interesting to grow next season. I got a carnation blend. I love carnations. I just love carnations. I think they're a really underrated flower. I got some amaranth. I got the Corral Fountain Amaranth. I just thought, wow, that's beautiful and will look so beautiful in the garden. Oh, I have 2 of those. So that is all of my seeds from Botanical Interest and Gardenery. You will definitely be seeing these seeds pop up throughout the growing seasons, maybe this summer when I start to plant the fall garden. I don't know yet. But, I mean, these are a lot of seeds, and I'm very happy with them. And I want to know if I inspired you to buy anything, if I inspired you to grow any of these seeds or to look into any of these seeds, leave me the sunflower emoji and let me know what you're thinking about growing. So next week we'll be back to a garden video, I think, and we'll see how much the garden has grown and changed and what's getting ready to come out of it. All right. Bye, guys.